Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Anarchy Day Trading Podcast. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing great. I hope you guys are poised to have an awesome trading week. I know I'm excited about the new trading week. That's the great part about trading, is that I always looking forward to Monday, and there's very few jobs that I can say that about. I'm doing this without Jordan because our schedules didn't quite line up this week, but he'll be on the next one. But life's going well. It's getting cold here in upstate New York. The New York Giants, my football team, are the worst team in the league. Uh, life's just, life's doing life. So I have a quote that has legitimately, in a very large way, affected my life. And there's not many quotes that do that. Most quotes are in and out, clever when you hear them, but they don't affect you. This one did. And it actually affects your trading in a really, really large way. This applies to trading in major ways. I think it'll help you out. And also in your regular life. This quote is attributed to Thomas J. Watson, the founder of IBM. Here's a quote. The fastest way to succeed is to double your failure rate. The fastest way to succeed is to double your failure rate. That applies to pretty much everything, but in trading, this is wildly, wildly applicable. So we've talked about a lot about pride on this podcast before, because learning to succeed in day trading is a exercise in humility, but a ton of success comes down to just failing a lot until you succeed. I recently hit a milestone. Last week, I actually hit a major milestone in my working out journey. I finally bench pressed 315 pounds. Kind of a random number unless you work out consistently. That's three plates. It's 345-pound plates. And I bench pressed three plates, 315 pounds. Huge milestone. I'd always wanted to hit it. I'd gotten close to it back in my early 20s, never hit it until finally I'm 30 years old and finally was able to hit it. It worked really consistently at the last few months. Finally broke through, got my three plates. It was a huge moment for me. And and this applies to that. Like the failure, trying to get to 315 pounds takes a lot of failure. It takes lowering kind of it takes increasing the pounds you have on the bar and also decreasing your rep range. So you're getting close to failure because as you fail, your body learns how to not fail next time and it gets stronger. The fact is, the way you build muscle is to actually literally rip your muscles, very small micro tears in your muscles that then your muscles heal and heal in stronger, bigger ways. And this applies to life and also trading. And we talk a lot about lowering your time frames. This is the reason we do that. Lowering your time frames, we trade on the 1 minute. Jordan is trading on the 15-second right now. He's really liking it. Because you get more practice, failing a lot. And I know oftentimes for me, my focus is on success. How do I succeed and how do I avoid losing? Right? We have a huge bias to avoid losing because of our pride. It hurts to lose. But the fact is, if you want to succeed in life, you have to be willing to fail and to fail a lot. And a lot of the times, it just takes, you should be trying to fail as quickly and as fast as possible. Because if you're trying to avoid failure, you're going to end up hurting yourself in the long run. Jordan and I were just talking about how oftentimes I can tell when somebody is a loser when they point out someone else's failures. So, by the way, someone who's successful. So you'll see this a lot on Twitter and something, somebody who's successful and somebody hops into their replies, essentially making fun of them for past business failures or mistakes, or that they went bankrupt in the past, and so on and so forth. You see this on pretty much any rich, successful, business person's Twitter. It happens all the time. People mock them for their business failures, and meanwhile, this person's wildly successful, way more wildly successful than the person who just wrote this on Twitter. And you're going, well, dude, you would trade bank accounts with this person in a heartbeat, and you're making fun of them for their business. What? You can tell when someone isn't abject loser because of that mentality. Because the fact is, failure doesn't matter. It's the ultimate success that matters. And when it comes to day trading, guys, we've talked about lowering your time frames so you can increase your failure and increase your learning rate because failure is just learning. That's all it is. Failure is just about every time you fail, you learn something. There's another quote that's from Winston Churchill, which is success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. And so failing often and failing early is necessary for success in day trading. This is why we say lower time frames. There's another part of this, though, that we've talked less about, which is trading defensively is a good thing, right? Trying to protect your capital. But there's is actually a line to this where it can get too, you can go too far. Trade fearfully, right? Where you get attached to not losing. You get so concerned about not losing that and you trade so defensively that you can't fail. You can't afford to fail. It hurts so bad to fail that you can never truly succeed. And we see this happen a lot, especially with new traders. People will blow a few accounts and it hurts. And so then they get so fearful of blowing an account and they trade so defensively that they never get better and they can't get better. And they'll brag that, hey, I haven't blown my account. I've had it for like 6 months. I haven't blown my account. I'm making progress. And meanwhile, they're not really making progress. Yes, they're breaking even for 6 months, but they're trading so fearfully and so defensively that they actually can't get better. And so, yes, trading defensively to a certain point is wise, right? You need to be wise with the money you have, but don't be afraid to fail. You're going to fail a lot, and the fact is, if you just pack in as many failures as possible, guys, this applies to life too. If you want a successful business, start a bunch of businesses. Like start a business, fail, move on to the next one. Fail often, fail early. It famously took Edison 10,000 tries to get the light bulb ready. If he stopped after the 100th time, or if he failed too slowly, he would have never reached the 10,000th time. The only way he was able to eventually get through 10,000 iterations of the light bulb was because he failed a lot, failed early, and failed relatively inexpensively. This is why we encourage people lower your time frames, trade defensively, but don't get too attached to not losing. Trade with cheap prop firms that you're just paying you're paying your dues, right? You're not expecting to win. You don't care if you lose too much. You're just paying your dues. Get your failures through, right? Fail quickly, fail early. And in the words of Thomas Watson, double your failure rate. If you can fail twice as much and twice as fast as the next person, you'll get better twice as fast as the next person. Get rid of that pride, right? Embrace the failure, embrace the suck, and you're going to learn trading way, way faster. All right, that's all I got for you guys. I really appreciate you guys listening. Hope you have an awesome trading week. If you don't mind, leave a like, share this episode with somebody you might think will find it useful, and have an awesome week. We look forward to hearing from you guys.